Clash Champs the lead after attack number 1. Clash Champs are the match winner.
Unbelievable defenses from Clash Champs.
Shadow gets another one on the board for Clash Champs. And once again, it's going to be Emir kicking things off for Repotted Gaming. And he's coming in with 2 clone spells. That means that he's going to use either an Super Archer Blimp or a Super Minion Blimp. Does any compartment stick out to you, Itsu, that could be where he wants to send this Blimp?
I mean, as I'm seeing the first warning, the first side of the warning getting prepared, I would guess that he's trying to land on top of the Eagle or in the Rage Tower area, one of those 2. He's even investing a double freeze because he says, this blimp is getting so much. Okay, well, even with the, it's a Super Minion blimp and not the Super Ashes, which we would have expected.
Yeah, that is insane. He was a slight bit late with the first invis, so let's hope he improves on that. But the value so far, I mean, it's quite good, but he definitely needs those 2 multi-infernos. So let's see if he freezes in time. He also wants that Eagle Artillery. Okay, so he chooses to freeze between them. Has a couple of Super Millions on low health, but can they get the multi-inferno? No, they are distracted by the CC as well. But on the good side, he has triggered that Rage Tower.
That's right, but again, it is reloading. At this right side, we have the 2 X-bows, possibly raged up with that tower nearby. The Titan is doing quick work of those defending headhunters with the King now closing in. And he has to make sure that he's going all the way to the town hall with this push. And then he still needs an answer for this right side, where I feel like those 2 tests are messing things up because he has saved 4 loons. They can't really be used there now.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought too. It seemed like there would only be ground defenses, or mostly ground defenses there in the area where he started his attack in, but now the Teslas are messing things up for sure. Now let's see if he can get the Town Hall down, because at that point that is the most important, most crucial thing to do. Might have to use the King ability. There it goes. King plus Raged Up Barbarians shooting away at the Town Hall, and it goes down indeed. Now has to get through this Monolith, hopefully, but at the same time, things are going crazy at the right side, but the loons are already down.
That's right, but he only sent in 2 of those loons, which means, well, maybe he can still support his troops there. The Town of Poison still up, so the Queen is about to enter that kind of danger zone with the multi-inferno tower staying up. But what? Yeah, Rage Up X-bows are completely fine. What was that?
Where did that damage come from? I think it was actually the crossbow shots, but I think he used the 2 balloons also to trigger the Rage Tower, but now the Rage Tower has run out, but still the Royal Champion had to run into the enemy King. So especially with that Queen ability, or Queen die. Yeah, well, 4 Skelly Traps, that's no good news for a Royal Champion.
Oh my god, they're having a party right there. So many skeletons got invited, and that Royal Champ has not get the memo. That is really unfortunate for her, because she is going down, and technically that is going to be below 90% in Clash Champs, claiming that early lead.
Yeah, they went trick-or-treating on that Royal Champion hard, and Emir is falling short. And as the time is running out, so are his troops. An 88% 2-star is where he finishes, which gives Clash Champs the lead after attack number 1. Our next attacker coming in for Repotted Gaming, and he's bringing 2 clone spells once more. It's another diamond-shaped base, so let's see if he comes in with the same approach. Warden ability with a couple of loons into the Eagle, sending in a blimp into a central compartment. So far, yeah, the rocket balloons come in, and he's probably going to come in with another Super Minion blimp, I think, at this point.
Yeah, it looks like it. The good thing about the Super Minion blimp is that typically need less spells, so he can invest this double freeze. But is the blimp quick enough? The sweeper is not quick enough, and this means the Super Minions are getting close to those multi-inferno towers. They're now all about taking down everything. But wait a second, the sweepers pushing the Super Minions out of the tower, like out of the invisibility. But has he gotten all the value he was looking for? Because Shidhar Inferno Tower, quite a few defenses left standing.
That's right, and this time he didn't want to get as far into the base as last time, but I still feel like he did not get the value he wanted. Exactly as you pointed out, the super minions got pushed back a little bit, and also some of them followed some clan castle troops there that were pulled earlier on. Luckily, the Rage Spell Tower was activated, so now his hero push does not have to face it as they come into this scatter shot compartment. But really, it seems like so far, Clash Champs have kind of predicted these entries in a way. I don't really know how, but the Tesla farms there around the Eagle compartment were always perfect to distract the super minions.
I feel like just with those Rage Tower setups, this is what Reported then felt like is the best counter to that. But so far, I'm not sure if it's even baited or if it's just that the entries are now parking, because the Sweeper, they have not baited that. The Sweeper was just there and not flying far enough into the base. But can those heroes now get the value around the tunnel as they're slowly charging in? Expo is next, but the tunnel is still around that corner, and the Queen, is she going for the gold storage? Yes, she is, and that is massive for him.
That really is, and so was that the Electro Titan, with the help of the Phoenix, popped the Hound, so the Electro Titan's aura could actually take out all the lava pups at once. Now the Town Hall takedown is secured with that Queen ability used in time, but there's still so much base left standing, and also General X's time is running out. Only 45 seconds for more than 30% of the base. We know that Super Barbarians are quick to take out buildings on the outside, but they have a hard time to get into the base, and the Clash Champs fans are cheering for the defense here, and we see that General X is not happy about this, and this could be a colossal defense for Clash Champs going into the remainder of this match.
And I feel like it's always the same thing. On the back end, there are those skeleton traps, and they are really messing up with the Royal Champs of Reported. Such a good base building right there from Clash Champs.
And his attacks have been enjoyed by so many viewers, and that's why we hear some cheers in the audience as he's getting ready to drop his first troops on this attack that appears to be a Zap Lalo as well. So beat them with what they are bringing to the table as well. We see, interestingly, a Poison Spell Tower, and more interestingly even, Tim takes it out early on, even though we know that Rage Towers are usually the strongest spell towers in the hands of those pros.
That's right, and we have heard already from the pros the last couple of days that apparently some player had like activated the wrong bases and stuff, because if I remember correctly, this is one of the first couple of bases not using a double Rage Tower setup, and even it kind of looked like the build-out was switched with that spell tower, but Timtastic says, not with me, I would just take that out. As the Expo thinks the same thing about that attacking Queen, because there is a lot of damage on that Queen, and the value for that Queen is limited. There goes the Queen ability, and we see already him shaking his head. He is not happy with how things are going.
Yeah, I mean, the Queen ability was timed perfectly, so she wouldn't die to all the lava pups already spitting fire on her, but that also, okay, he really wants that value there, so he sends in a Valkyrie. The Unicorn is trying to negate the damage that the multi does, but then the Valkyrie gets sprung away. Wow, what is happening? It's not going Tim's way.
It is not indeed, and we have seen him over the last couple of days dominate with his attacks. There we have the Ice Golem start with some Lalo troops. We have the Blimp now into the tunnel direction. The first Black Mine was countered with that Warden ability. And there's still a lot of base left, and he's going right into the first Rage Tower, and the only Rage Tower.
Yeah, I think he might have wanted to take out that ground expo so he could send the Royal Champion for both of the remaining multi-infernos, but I think now he's just being patient and will send the Royal Champion from the right side as soon as that Rage Tower runs out. And I think that he can have a good chance there, because she will take on that ground power right away with the stun of the Diggy, but there are Skelly traps down there at the same time. The Lalo is thinning out at the top side, Itsu. This is not going his way still, and I don't think that he's got it. Look at the Royal Champion health being dropping, and she already uses her ability.
That's right, the traps of Clash Champs were just on point in this match. The scanner says no, those balloons do not get any further, and this looks like another defense for Clash Champs.
Yes, even the ground bows are still up, and they both do some deathly damage onto the Royal Champion. I think we can see that there's not much standing there. When we look at the air targeting defenses, there's just a Wizard Tower and one scatter shot with the two Builder Huts, who don't do that much damage, but the Royal Champion would have been a huge threat later on. So it was a bummer that he could not do what he intended with this attack, and it's going to be another 2-star in the 80s. That is definitely not what you need to overcome a offense-strong clan like Clash Champs.
That's right, and this means the fail, if you want to call it that way, of Clash Champs, the 2-star attack of Clash Champs, was still higher percentage-wise of every single 2-star attack of reported so far. Clash Champs in full control after 3 attacks each.
Mech is in with the Queen Charge Lalo. The attack order has basically been the same through most of the attacks that Reputed Gaming played, so we will see Teamper one more time last, but this is not going well. It's a wow. This entry is so trapped, so Mech loses his Queen ability early on. As I was still talking about the attack order, within the first 10 seconds, things went south so quickly, so we have to wait and see if he can still pull it off. The Black Mine there being pulled by the Coconut Bloom was nice, and now the Blimp can make it to the Town Hall. That is good, so maybe he can take that out in time, but that multi is already on the healer, so he decides to freeze, which I think was the right call.
That's right, and now it's getting taken care of those Yetis. Where can they go next? Can they do even the Clan Castle? That would be great for him. But except losing the Queen ability, everything still looks okay, but on total 15, losing like a second life for your Queen can be problematic, especially if you're charging into those raged up defenses. King is doing his thing, trying to tank for the Queen, the scatter, but the Queen is closing in onto the high damage area.
That's right. Luckily, so far, the King is still tanking the Expo and the scatter shot there that are raged up. But ooh, this Clan Castle with the rage up defense on her will be a big threat to her health. We cannot see it because the rocket balloons are on top of her, but she is running low. I'm sure he makes her invisible, and that was great because he also turns the Hound invisible. But can she make the scatter shot out in time? Yes, she can. But is he investing even more? Yes, he's investing a rage. Can pop the Hound, but there's still damage onto that Queen. Even the Eagle Artillery shooting away at her. He can keep her alive, but how long can he do it?
This is just crazy how he's keeping that Queen alive, but at this point, it's nearly no spells left. But this Expo has to go down at the top side because this would mean less damage on the Queen, but the Queen is down. And this is now all about the Lalo, or is it going to be the 4th defense for Clash Champs in a row?
Yeah, it seemed like he wanted to get extreme value out of that Queen, but the defenses were doing stupendous damage on her, and he didn't have a chance to keep her up. And then, like, he tried to concentrate on 2 things at the same time, and it just didn't work out as his Lalo did not get through the base. And we can see the disappointment in his face there at the bottom side, as he knows they have not reset in any single attack out of 4 attacks, while Clash Champs have already got 2 3-stars in the bag. So with just a 2-star closing it out, they can now secure the victory. So not the 3-star that they needed.
That's right, they had to get that 3-star. And yet again, another defense, percentage-wise, which is impressive. I mean, getting even a defense below 90% is a crazy accomplishment on this level. But Clash Champs has done this 4 times back to back to report it, and they are reading their minds, it looks like. And now Clash Champs, they have the chance to finish this match because they have their last attack then, well, happening really soon.
Yes, and even though we have talked about Reputed Gaming's defenses so much, we know, and we said it several times, their offense is usually very strong as well. So this is not how it usually goes for them. So once again, kudos to those bases that Clash Champs brought. Tempa is ready indeed, and it's another Queen Charge Lalo, and it's a ring base. It's very interesting because that is the only ring base we have seen from Clash Champs. So they probably have expected a certain entry and onto this base.
I am quite confused, to be honest. But hey, we have seen this setup of Rage Towers and defenses already in a lot of high legend bases. but not in this specific overall setup on a ring base. So it's more compact on this one. We have more of those anti-boulder walls in the core, but still, we have what makes this base so dangerous. It is the stacked defenses, and this queen loses her ability early on.
Yeah, once more a early ability that is being forced by the defenses, and that is quite unfortunate, especially because we know that Tipa is one of the best queen charge players out there with an insane hit rate over the year, and now his queen is not going the way he intended, I think, because she's stepping in the range of the monolith most likely, and also having to take out these ice golems will take some time off the clock, while the rage spells he's using on his queen might be running out. And look at this, he's investing, because his goal is to take out the Town Hall eventually.
Yes, but in the process of keeping his queen alive, he turned her invisible. And this means the Expo locked onto the Flame Flinger. This Siege Machine not getting that much value. The queen now finally is on the Town Hall, should take it down. But is that going to be enough? The Sweeper is pointing into the direction of his Lalo. The raged up area is still looking threatening. And this is going to be a really, really hard thing to overcome for the backhand.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that I didn't like the rage spell he used on the queen. Then I thought for a second she would at least be able to take off the Eagle Artillery so it cannot shoot one more time, but she didn't, so it's all about that Lalo at the bottom side. But there are so many defenses, so many traps. Air bombs left and right, and a sweeper sweeping away those balloons. And look at this! There's no more Lalo left. He's trying to enforce a little bit from the outside with his balloons. But Clash Champs are going to hold back Reported Gaming a 5th time, which leads to a 10-star war for them. Even Temper, one of the best queen chargers in the world, was not able to take their base down. Another 2-star in the 80s.
Yeah, but this is what confuses me so much. I mean, ring bases, pros are always, like they're saying, well, ring bases are easy with bowlers. Why don't you use bowlers on this one? I mean, it's just so compact. One rage up bowler will be taken down so much. But the queen shot, losing that ability early on, is a huge problem. And yet again, another defense below the 90%. Those bases were incredible of Clash Champs, and they are just looking so promising. Not only on offense, which has been their strong point, but their defense is just looking astonishing.
That's right, but at the same time, a battle for the ages is going on. A minion versus a builder hard healing, but we can see it. This builder is being eagerly working on that multi-mortar, so it's not even losing any health.
Use that hammer builder, use it a bit quicker, and yep, there goes the hammer again. Nice job.
Nice job, indeed. But yeah, in the end, that was just a little joking around. Of course, unfortunately, we have just a 2-star, and that means Clash Champs are the match winner. As I said before, they're moving on to the finals.
Castro has to defend now, and it is versus General X. We have the Super Barbarians, we have a lot of supportive tools, and we have a Queen Charge yet again with the recall spell. So far, it felt like the Queen Charge attacks did not work out that great for Reported, but it seems to be their only answer versus the bases of Clash Champs. Clash Champs using this time around an invisibility tower behind the Town Hall, which is always spelling danger for whoever is going to enter into that Town Hall compartment. With test duels and everything raining down, it means that those troops in the beginning are staying safe. There goes the healers, but remember, he is using the recall spell.
He is. There was one seeking air mine, but again, he's going to recall the queen out of there so he can be relatively safe versus the traps. He did have to use an extra couple of Super Barbarians to funnel the top defenses since the Builderhood kept repairing them. And notice that the healers, like you said, just quickly redirect to the queen. And he also waited until the invisibility spell tower was popped before he did that.
That's right. Having the healers transfer over, and now it's all about a huge hero dive into the core of this base. Wall break is going strong. The wall is open. He has quite a few spells left, even the jump spell to open up the entire base. Clan Castle is getting dealt with some nice spells, and the Warden ability should be used anytime soon.
Yeah, I was waiting for that Warden ability. Just such huge damage moving into the base. Archer Queen still holding back a little bit here, too, and getting caught up, whilst the King is up top, but not really getting the value that he wants. Is that Monolith going to survive? The invisibility spell tower is reactivating.
That's right, the Queen. No, Queen! No! Don't go for that wall! Can to retarget. That would be huge for him. He's trying to turn the skeletons invisible to make sure the queen is going to go back, but she is not. She's staying on that wall. She is dedicated to take this storage out. But take a look at that. The siege has opened a really good path for this queen, but she's having different plans. I mean, that queen is like going crazy.
The elixir collector at the bottom of the base was closest, so she wanted to go down and take that out first, naturally. But what that does for General X is mean that time continues to tick down. There is a huge amount of base. That invisibility spell tower reactivating again. Surely not a third time during one attack. He's still got a rage and an invisibility spell. Carefully waiting onto those headhunters to try and power them in towards the defending queen. There's the invisibility. He's saving onto the headhunters for cleanup at this point or two, because even if he doesn't 3-star, he's got to try and push that percentage.
24 seconds, more troops are getting placed. The queen with her ability and the unicorn alive, but that multi-furniture out of range. And as you said it, the invisibility tower has reloaded and is going to make a 3-star impossible. The queen ability has been used, and every single percentage point is important. But at this point, this is 0 out of 6 for reported versus Clash Champs. 0 out of 6 attacks they were able to successfully 3-star. And if this is not getting to their heads, that would be quite impressive.
Now we hear the crowd for Clash Champs shouting defense, both sides trying to rally the teams up together. And we do have the Super Barbarians, 2 clone spells with the Battle Blimp selected. Now we have seen numerous Super Archer Blimp attacks, so I'm curious as to whether that is what we will see here. A couple of balloons to try and snipe buildings initially, then the Battle Blimp flying through. Let's see where he's going to land here at 2.
He's landing right next to the town hall, and we see the super archers. There's the clone, and
oh, the wall breakers got cloned!
No way! That is just the worst possible moment. I mean, he opened the entire base, but this is not what you want to see.
You have to delay the clone spells so that your test troops are able to get out of the way and be destroyed. But with the tornado trap, the super wall breaker didn't move forward and bust the wall. So that is a huge turn of events. Like you said, he still gets the town hall. All is not lost here, but with such a big investment, 0 spells left over, this is tricky.
It is for sure. With everything now getting sent at the top side, the only good news, like for him right now, is that he had not to invest the Warden for that type of blimp. It was a blimp without the Warden ability, without a heavy investment on the troop space. Yes, spell-wise, it was quite an investment for sure, but maybe those troops can now power through the remaining defense, because the Warden ability for that defending area at the bottom side with the Monolith and the Eagle, that I think is a great timing to use it and make sure that they're staying alive.
Got to time the Royal Champion perfectly here as well, because he's got no wall breaks or jump spells, which means he doesn't have clear access into that compartment. He uses the Warden ability now with all of the Barbarians from the King trying to absorb damage whilst the Clan Castle troops are there as well. Thankfully, he's got an Electro Titan, but it is getting fired at and going to go down, meaning any skeleton traps on defense now could be huge. The Queen trying to get through to that multi-target Inferno. She's got her ability, but she's not there whilst the other troops are tanking.
That Queen barely staying alive, but the Expo on the back end is just causing a lot of problems. The Super Barbarians are getting added. The defending Royal Champ is going down. The Royal Champ on his side is trying his best, or her best, to somehow power through a ground skeleton, as you mentioned. Oh no, is it enough power though?
Really needed that Electro Titan for this moment. Royal Champion caught up. Scattershot locks on. Once the Expo turns around, she will go down. And it is a huge defense for Clash Champs, with the 89 just clicking into the 90s. 91%, 92% even. Come on. Trying to get the percentage right here. 92% for Reported Gaming. And Clash Champs, whilst they had that one little blip, they are still in the lead. And their bases still hold Reported Gaming back. It is becoming their kryptonite at this point.
We have Mac concentrating, and we have another Queen Charge Recall Super Barbarians. Those have not worked so far versus the basis of Clash Champs. Can they get their 3-star now? This would be such a massive momentum swing for them. And he's starting things off with an Ice Golem with his Queen to really make sure that this defending air defense and the Royal Champ together have no chances of taking down possible healers for him. But take a look at that, no! The healers are chasing, I think, some of the CoC Goblins or even the Headhunter. The Queen should turn around and charge into that scatter. But remember again, he has the recall spell, so time is for sure an issue. And wait, Queen, come back! Where is she going?
Oh no! What's he going to do here? Maybe send in a... He can't really even target them with the balloons. He just gives up on that section, recalls the Queen, pops her over to 3 o'clock, and has to now make a backup plan towards that scatter. Queen taking a little bit of damage. I'm sure he didn't want to use any spells in this area because he was thinking the Queen might have been better topped up if he did have to use a rage in that top compartment had she have walked in. Manages to get through though, has some pathing, but he's going to take some damage from that scatter shot as he deploys the troops to the most northern area of the base to support the king.
Oh, there are the Super Barbarians, and now he has to be careful because that Flinger, that Log Launcher, if it gets targeted, that would be really bad news for him. He wants to get as far as possible into that base. The Eagle, the Expo, the Multi-Furniture, all of those have to go down because the Queen and her healers are in danger otherwise.
He's already used the Warden ability, so with that raged up multi-target Inferno, they are going to take massive damage as the defending Clan Castle troops distract everything. What does he have inside that Log Launcher? And remember, he's still got to make sure the Queen loops around for that Town Hall as she moves in. There's a lot of distractions here. He's got the Royal Champion as a bit of a backup, and obviously all of the Super Barbarians. But there's the Rage. The invisibility, lovely Rage there actually to catch the Eddies into.
That's right, the Rage was quite nice for him. But take a look at that, there goes the freeze. The healers are getting kept alive, but now it's all about the back end.
Oh, look at that!
Take a look at that. The Rage Tower inside the middle of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Tesla, 2 Expos, Scanner, Multi-Phone Tower. I think you can't put in any more defenses in there.
You cannot. He's got no Warden ability. He's got the freezes, which he has to time perfectly. Just missed the Rage spell activating, so the Royal Champion is taking huge damage with the Skeleton Trap distracting her. Queen down the bottom of the base. She's got her ability, but does she have time to come up? Great use of the invisibility to try and keep the Royal Champion moving, but she's stuck now. And the Tornado Trap proves to be fatal for Mech. Using the Queen ability to get into the 90s, they can have the percentage, but they're not able to close out the 3 stars, which means Clash Champs still have the lead, and they need to try and get another triple because the momentum has to be picked back up for them. Like you've correctly said, if Reported Gaming are able to convert, they are well out in front. Now they can celebrate. What a performance they have given throughout this weekend, and they can lift the World Championship trophy.
We have the Clash tonight back as well to celebrate this moment. They are just going crazy.
Fantastic. I can't wait to hear from them. They have been so calm. They have made sure that they were focused throughout the entire tournament, and they have won it from the upper bracket. Not even not taking a defeat, but barely taking wars into those close moments. I think the closest one was with Tribe, and they are going crazy. They've snapped the trophy here. Phenomenal performance. Absolutely brilliant job by Clash Champs. The strength is too much. There is their check for $300,000 for first place, and you see it on the top. Clash of Clans World Championship winners. It is Clash Champs. Let's give them a round of applause, everybody.
It is such a relief to all of those fans. They were by far the loudest in the crowd. They were cheering for them non-stop. They were cheering for defenses, for 3 stars, for everything. And it was just their time to shine. Going all the way and well deserved.